Yesterday, 27th of February 2026, we all saw the news on the media that the popular Anambra State native doctor in the person of Akwa Okutiwele Akunoba has been sentenced to 11 months imprisonment for pleading guilty to Okite. And immediately after the judgment, the pressmen began to interview the barrister of Akwa Okutiwele Aku. And they asked the barrister a very simple question. The law, do you intend to appeal this judgment that was given against your client? What is your intention? Will you appeal this judgment to free your client from this judgment? And the barrister replied, he says, no. We can't appeal against a judgment that we both agreed. This was an agreement between us and the government. So what you are seeing today is not a court judgment based on law. What you are seeing today was a demonstration of an already verdict that has been determined between us and the government before now. Number one, the judicial system of Nigeria is not trusting on the written constitution or the law to judge Akwa. They are trusting on the agreement reached between the people who arrested Akwa, which is Anambra State government, and the man behind the constitutional law to determine what will become the verdict of the man. But at some point, I began to see deeper meaning into this story. Akwa Okutiwele Aku was arrested 13 months ago. And a few weeks after his arrest, the government of Anambra State announced to the world that they are going to take his Okite pot to forensic to determine if he has any blood. He uses human blood to do his medicine, so that they will have charges to hold against him, either for kidnapping or for human killing or anything. It's been 13 months. No news from the forensic was heard, meaning there was no blood in the pot. If Anambra State government is sentencing Akwa because he pleaded guilty of Okite, the question now is, what is the offense of Okite? If Okite is a charm that is done for human with human parts or human body system, and you are giving Akwa Okuku 11 months imprisonment for pleading guilty to Okite, what you are simply saying is that you are now giving people freedom to go and kill, because 11 months imprisonment is too small for a man who is captured doing charm with human blood. If Akwa Okutiwele Aku is found guilty of kidnapping or sponsoring kidnapping in Anambra State through his charm, and you sentence him to 11 months imprisonment, what you just made is a caricature of Nigerian justice system, because Nigerian justice system doesn't give 11 months imprisonment to kidnappers. No, it's a treason offense. That you offered him 11 months imprisonment was because the judgment is not based on constitution, but because you have arrested this man knowing fully well that you have the upper hand against him, so you negotiated the judgment behind the back of the door. Omwab Light of Africa, the cooker of men, the one man that speaks truth regardless of whether it pains you or not. Akwa Okutiwele Aku, like many other native doctors and pastors, is doing his own ways of charm. If you believe it is evil, if you believe it is crime, you arrest him and you charge him according to the law. Now, if you are asked, according to Nigerian constitution, what is the definition of Okite? What will you say that is the definition? Define Okite. And at what point did Okite become evil? You know there is no way you could hold them responsible. So you kept on postponing their case the exact way Nigerian government was postponing the case of Nnamdi Kanu. And then you went at the back and told the man, if you want freedom, plead guilty. Because when you plead guilty, the magistrate no longer don't need any law to hold you again. So he pleaded guilty according to which section law of Nigeria did you use to sentence him. What you did that man is not a sentence. What you did that man is abuse and intoxication of power. So people who are liable of a human blood offense, who killed people to do charm, should be sentenced to 11 months imprisonment. Then you see people online who says they are preaching awakening, like my boss, and they says government of Anambra, we thank you for burning the house of Akwa. And you look at these people and you laugh. Our ancestors have told us na na ho okwanoko okoko ana unyenu. The same thing that was done to Akwa will be done to you. It was never about Okite. It was the war the Christians wage against those who don't believe in what they believe. Which one is Okite? Last now, when they finish Akwa, they will still catch you. I'm talking about the same people who said they are preaching awakening. Calm down. The same thing that Christians are doing to Akwa Okuku, they did it in Nsukka against Odo. For years, they took people, a certain part of the community against. Am I even talking about Nsukka? The one that is about to start in my village now is masquerade. The Christians want to tell the masquerade the age limit before you will join to the Christians are always waging war against those who doesn't believe in the same thing they believe. Are you telling me that Akwa is sponsoring you to misbehave or seek for miracle? What is one virgin doing in Enugu State, if not giving people the same power of to succeed? What are you doing in adoration, if not that you are looking for miracle and shortcuts to ways of life? The same governor that is calling Peter Mba to open the door for one virgin is the same governor that is calling Akwa Okutu that he's deceiving youth. What are you talking about deceiving youth? You want to reorient youth, and your own son is teaching gayism, a similitude of gay, a gay influencer to African youth outside Nigeria. A cook of men. That young guy get the highest quality Nigerian foreign standard rice and Nigerian foreign standard yam at the highest quality and cheapest price. Jim Nele Malabatu Mot and Anamelia very, very cheap. 50 kg bag of rice for 51,000 naira. Anameleko palm oil, red original fresh palm oil. Anameleko very, very cheap. 25 kg for 55,000 naira. Mbunya G2,000 or G2,500 or G3,500. Ibulujo ya bagalo. Number 080 622 92667. If Akwa is found guilty of using human blood, Akwa should be sentenced to life imprisonment based on Nigerian constitution of treating people who killed somebody or who is guilty of charm. But if you went behind the back door to tell the barrister that if they want the judgment to be done, that Akwa should plead, you even told them in the when you went to Oba, you told the youth of Oba that the person you are accusing have not yet accepted, that when he accepts, you will now know how to help him. So it was all a concrete agreement on. It is a shame to Nigerian law that what a magistrate or a judge steps up to pronounce before the people is not based on the constitution of Nigeria, but on agreement with what was negotiated outside the law court. And you says you have a justice system. No, you are making caricature of Nigerian justice system. Show me a constitution about Okite. Show me one single constitution about Okite. In a moment, and I'm an Okpokolishi. Number 080 622 9267. And I may get highest quality Nigerian foreign standard rice. Eba kamwa se mweti yen neri. Nekuya 50 kg 51,000. E choji bala abuba. Na jidemi ya kango se umu wajim. Choji malezi ba abuba. Mende mamado. 080 622 92667. Ogo kan na-eme mbunye gijeje joku nwanyi wole joku nwanyi reject na chita to me 080 622 92667.